You know how some animals are just a little weird? Like you look at them and think, okay, evolution was having an interesting day. And then there's whatever this is. Meet the goblin shark. The only shark on Earth that looks like it was designed by a committee that could even agree on anything. It's pink, it has a nose like a witch, and its jaw, it doesn't just open. It launches out of its face like a freaking catapult. But here's the thing, the deeper scientists dive into this creature, the weirder it gets. Because nothing about the goblin shark is normal. Nothing. Let me show you why. So here's the first mind bender. This shark is what scientists call a living fossil. And that's not just a catchy phrase. It means its family tree goes back so far. We're talking dinosaurs. Specifically, about 125 million years. The Cretaceous period. Back when T-Rex was still figuring things out. The goblin shark is the only surviving species in the entire family called Mitsukarini. Think about that for a second. Imagine being the last living relative of a lineage that old. Every other cousin, gone, extinct. This one's still here, still swimming. Here's what's really crazy. When they first found this shark off the coast of Japan in 1898, researchers had a moment of pure confusion. They'd seen it before, not swimming in the ocean, but in fossil rocks. The ancient fossils they'd been studying for years matched to the living fish almost perfectly. Evolution usually changes things over 125 million years. That's enough time for a dinosaur to turn into a bird. Enough time for land mammals to figure out how to live in the ocean. But this thing, it looked at evolution and said, "Nah, I'm good. I'll stay exactly as I am." And somehow, that worked. Now let's talk about that face. Because, wow. That long,
pores on the
flat,
skin
sword-like
connect via
snout sticking
canals
out of
to
its head.
jelly-filled
It's not for looking pretty.
ampullae, which link to
It's
nerves
actually
detecting
a high-tech
electrical
sensor
fields.
array. One of the most advanced in the entire ocean. Covered across that snout are thousands of tiny pores, called ampulla of Lorenzini. Other sharks have these too, but the goblin shark took it to another level. They packed more of these sensors onto that weird nose than almost any other creature on Earth. So what do these pores do? They detect electricity. You know how every living thing gives off tiny electrical signals when its muscles move? When a fish swims, when its heart beats, when its gills open and close, it creates an electrical field, invisible to us, completely undetectable to most animals, but not to this shark. The goblin shark feels that in the dark, in the deep ocean where sunlight never reaches. While you're watching this video, there are goblin sharks swimming in total darkness, literally sensing the heartbeat of fish hundreds of feet away. Oh, and that pink skin? It's not pigment. Their skin is semi-transparent. That pink color you see, that's their blood vessels showing through. They're basically swimming around with their insides on display. Imagine if your skin was clear enough that people could see your veins and arteries every time they looked at you. That's the goblin shark, just existing. Looking like a biology experiment gone wrong. But here's where it gets truly insane. The jaw. Most sharks bite. They open their mouth. They chomp down. End of story. Simple. This one slingshots. The goblin shark has what scientists call slingshot breathing. And it's exactly as wild as it sounds. Its jaws are held back by special ligaments, stretched like a rubber band, pulled to its absolute limit. The whole mechanism is under tension,
From the
waiting,
deep,
ready when it
jostling
detects
predators
prey.
like the
Boom!
anglerfish and dragonfish,
Those jaws rocket
lure
forward
prey
at
with
incredible
bioluminescent
speed,
glows,
extending
then
nearly
strike with
10% of its
explosive
entire
force.
body length. We're talking a jaw that shoots out of its face, grabs dinner, and retracts faster than you can blink. Whoosh! Snap! Done! National Geographic actually featured this mechanism as one of the most extreme examples of jaw protrusion in the entire animal kingdom. The goblin shark is part of an elite group of what researchers call jaw slingers fish that evolved this crazy ability to snatch prey from crevices or close that final critical distance when ambushing. And here's the strategy behind it. Goblin sharks are slow swimmers. Their muscles are flabby. Their fins are small. They can't chase down dinner like a great white or a mako. They'd lose that race every single time. So instead, they float, silently, motionless. using that electric sense to track prey moving in the darkness. And when the moment's right, when the fish gets close enough, wham, the jaw does the work. The element of surprise turned into a weapon. Fun fact that absolutely blew my mind when I read it.
This yellow area represents 25% of the
fiber
body.
optic cables.
That's about the height of your
a goblin
leg.
shark once took out the internet. Somewhere in the deep ocean, a shark bit through a cable and disconnected entire buildings because it thought the cable looked like lunch. Okay, so we've established
the great white
they're
shark
slow.
sinks,
They
being
can't
denser
chase
than
things.
water.
So how does a
The goblin
flabby,
shark
sluggish
hovers,
shark
its
even get close
oil-rich
to
liver
prey without
matching
being
water's
noticed?
density.
Answer: it cheats gravity. Most sharks have to swim constantly, or they sink. Their bodies are denser than water. Stop moving, start falling. It's simple physics. Not this one. The goblin shark has a massive liver. And I mean massive. We're talking up to 25% of its entire body weight is just liver. Imagine a quarter of your body being one organ, and that liver is packed with oil and fats, low-density stuff, things that float. Why? Because oil floats. That's the trick. This liver makes the shark almost exactly as dense as the water around it. It can hover, motionless, silent, drifting through the deep sea like a ghost, using barely any energy. It doesn't chase. It can't chase. So it ambushes. It floats there in the darkness, invisible, undetectable, waiting for something to swim close enough. And when it does, jaw time. Now here's the part that really gets scientists scratching their heads. We don't actually know much about this animal. Seriously? For all our technology, all our research, all our deep-sea submarines, this shark keeps secrets. Goblin sharks live deep, really deep, usually between 270 and 960 meters. That's almost a kilometer down.
Shark!
But recently,
Its belly
deep-sea
is
cameras
huge.
caught one swimming
It's
at 2,000
pregnant, a
meters
goblin
deep.
shark.
That's over
Incredible
6,500 feet. The midnight zone. No sunlight, near freezing water. Pressure that would crush a human instantly. And they're just living there, casually, like it's nothing. But here's the wildest part. Are you ready for this? Until 2023. Last year, we had never seen a pregnant female goblin shark. Ever. In all the years we've known about this species, we had no idea what a pregnant one looked like. Then, off the coast of Taiwan, fishermen caught one. A mother carrying 6 pups. That's it. That's the only pregnant goblin shark science has ever documented. One. In over 125 years of knowing this animal exists, we don't know how long they live. Estimates say maybe 60 years, but that's just a guess. We don't know how they mate. We've never seen it. We don't know exactly what they eat, because in one study, 29% of specimens had completely empty stomachs. Nothing. Not a single clue what they've been hunting. This is a 125-million-year-old species, and it still keeps secrets from us. Still hides in the dark. Still refuses to tell us its stories. So why should you care about a pink, weird-looking, internet-breaking fish you'll probably never see in your entire life? Because the goblin shark represents something bigger.
It makes
something
you
that
feel
actually
small,
matters.
doesn't it?
It's proof that evolution doesn't follow rules. We think we understand life on Earth. We categorize it. We put it in boxes. We write textbooks and say, this is how things work. And then something like this swims up from the deep and reminds us, you won't know everything. There are creatures living right now, in our oceans, that have been here since before humans existed. They've survived ice ages. They've survived asteroid impacts. They've survived every single thing Earth threw at them for 125 million years. And they're still here. Still weird. Still mysterious. Still refusing to fit into our neat little categories. When I read about that pregnant female caught off Taiwan last year, I sat there for a minute just thinking, in 2023, with all our technology, all our science, all our satellites and submarines and deep-sea robots, we're still discovering basic facts about a shark that's been around since the dinosaurs. That's humbling. It really is. The ocean covers 70% of our planet. Most of it is unexplored. Most of it we've never seen. And down there, in the dark, Things like the goblin shark are doing what they've always done. Surviving, quietly, strangely, perfectly adapted to a world we'll never visit. Makes you wonder what else is down there, doesn't it? Here's something I've been thinking about. We call the goblin shark weird. We call it strange. We make jokes about its face and its jaw and its pink skin. But weird is just another word for different from us. The goblin shark isn't weird to itself. It's not sitting there thinking, man, I wish it looked more normal. It's been doing exactly what it does for 125 million years, perfectly, successfully, while countless other species came and went. Maybe weird is actually the secret. Every strange feature on this animal, the nose, the jaw, the pink skin, the floating liver, the electric senses, every single one is a solution to a problem. A 125-million-year-old problem. The problem of surviving in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The deep ocean is cold. It's dark. The pressure could kill you. Food is scarce. Predators are everywhere. And this animal said, fine, I'll become this. It didn't try to be like the others. It didn't try to fit in. It went the other direction. It became weird. It became different. It became exactly what it needed to become to survive in a world that wants to kill it. And it worked. There's something in that. Something worth remembering. The goblin shark isn't just weird for the sake of being weird. It's not trying to entertain us, or shock us, or go viral on social media. It's just living, doing what it's always done, being exactly what it is. Every strange feature, every bizarre adaptation, every single weird thing about it, they're all answers. Solutions to problems we can barely imagine. Problems that existed millions of years before humans ever showed up. And honestly, that makes me wonder, if one shark can be this different, what else is down there? What else haven't we found? What other creatures are swimming in the darkness, doing things we can't explain, living lives we can't imagine? The ocean is huge, and most of it is still a mystery. If you want to know more about the creatures hiding in the deep, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment below. Would you swim 2,000 meters deep to meet a goblin shark face to face? Or are you good staying on land where the sunlight reaches? I'll see you in the next one.